righty, Rex.
Okay. We'll call to order the Planning Commission meeting. Today's date of
12.
January 12th, 2020. So, okay, let's do a call to order.
Sheila?
Okay, Commissioner Aguirre. Here. Commissioner Byrd.
Here.
Commissioner Davis.
Here.
Commissioner Marino.
Here.
Commissioner Pittenger.
Not here.
Commissioner Pittenger. I do see that she is joining.
Okay.
Commissioner Stevens.
Here.
Chairman Miller.
Here. Okay, the next thing on the agenda should be the adoption of chair and vice chair for the Planning Commission. Do we have a nomination for chair?
I do like to nominate Bill Davis as chair, if he's interested and willing.
I think I would rather be vice chair than chair so that I could have some, so I could work into it.
Okay? So, Mr. Chairman, I would like to nominate Amy.
For the main chair? I thought
For
it was
the main-
vice chair.
Bill says. Okay, so let's, How do we,
I'm okay with it, if you guys need
Yeah,
somebody to,
I think Amy would be great.
okay.
yes, like to nominate Amy McGuire as chair.
Second.
Okay, we have a nomination and a motion and a second. Do we want to put Bill in as vice? Or
Well, that's next.
Okay, we'll do that first then. Okay, a roll call for Amy as chair.
Can she vote for herself? Do I call her on?
Sure.
Commissioner Aguirre.
Aye.
Commissioner Byrd.
Well, now after she, no,
Commissioner Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Miller.
Aye.
I mean, Commissioner Marino, sorry.
Jumped in.
Aye.
Commissioner Pittenger.
Aye.
Commissioner Stevens.
Aye.
Chairman Miller.
Aye. Okay, do we have a nomination for vice chair?
Yes, I'd like to make a nomination for vice chair, Mr. Bill Davis.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Give a second. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Aguirre.
Aye.
Commissioner Byrd.
Aye.
Commissioner Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Marino.
Aye.
Commissioner Pittenger.
Aye.
Commissioner Stevens.
Aye.
Chairman Miller.
Aye. Okay. Have a chair and vice chair. Very well. When do those duties take over?
Technically now,
But
but if you want to wait till the next meeting, you can, but often they switch after the election, but that's up to you guys.
Yeah, if we could start the next meeting, that would be awesome.
Okay. Now you'll
Well,
pay
for that-
better attention to the protocol
Yes,
so that you
exactly.
know what to do.
I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is the adoption of minutes, and it looks like we have some housekeeping here from not only months, but years past.
Yep.
Debbie,
Yeah.
can we do these in one lump sum? or-
Yeah, we would really prefer that you do them in one lump sum. And we do have 4, counting Bill online, that can vote on it. The new commissioners from Amy on can't. vote on the old minutes, but you guys can as a group.
Well, I move that we accept the minutes back as long as they go as written.
Second the motion.
Okay, there's no discussion. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, roll call.
Commissioner Burt,
Aye.
Commissioner Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Merrill,
Aye.
Chairman Miller.
Aye. Okay, very well. Then we get to our public hearing.
Actually, Rex, there's one more motion for the last month's
Oh,
minutes.
okay. Okay, that wasn't included.
Those were just for the 2018. Now we're up to date.
Okay. We need to adopt the minutes of the November 10th, 2020 meeting.
Once again, I'll move that we accept those as written.
Second the motion.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Okay. Commissioner Geary,
Aye.
Commissioner Burt,
Aye.
Commissioner Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Merrill,
Aye.
Commissioner Pittenger,
Aye.
Commissioner Stevens,
Aye.
Chairman Miller.
Aye.
Alrighty, go.
Okay, now we can get on to the public hearing. All right, let's see. Does anyone object to the planning commission hearing this on our grounds? Doesn't appear to be. Is there any conflict of interest with any of the commissioners?
No.
Okay, can we have a staff report then?
Sure, I will read the hearing disclosure statement. The review criteria for a site plan review is found at Coos Bay Municipal Code, Chapter 17.365, and was included in the staff report and notice. Testimony and evidence must be directed towards the applicable criteria or other criteria in the plan or land use regulation which a person believes is applicable to the decision. Failure to raise an issue with sufficient detail to afford the decision makers and parties an opportunity to respond to the issue precludes appeal on that issue. The applicant, which is Coos Bay School District, has submitted a site plan review for 400 Madison Street, Madison Avenue Elementary School. They propose renovations to the existing structure and a 7,800 square foot wood frame addition to the front, which is the east side of the building, and a new secure entry vestibule with new space for administration and structural, library, and expanded mechanical room. The existing breezeway located on the west side between the existing building structure and the gymnasium is approximately 2,600 square feet, will be enclosed and will provide space for restrooms and elevator access to the lower cafeteria addition. There are existing 3 modular classroom buildings that will, as a result of this addition, be removed. They are redesigning the off-street parking, loading and unloading for passenger vehicles and for buses. And I can read the site plan review criteria if you would like. As a result of the applicant's submittal, as it applies to the A through I criteria for a site plan review, staff recommends approval of it, and the application is conditioned complies with the Coos Bay Municipal Code provisions as stated, and each are addressed in the supplemental report that each of the commissioners received, and this is also online on the city's website. The Coos Bay Municipal Code decision criteria has been adequately addressed, and approval of the application can be supported based on the statements of facts and findings, conclusions, and the applicant's submitted evidence, and it is subject to the listed conditions of approval. And I can provide more detail if you'd like, and the applicant has a small presentation as well.
Okay, I think we're ready for the presentation.
All righty.
All right. Please state your name and address.
So my name is Stephanie Martell. I'm Principal Landscape Architect at HGE, and we're located at 333 South 4th here in Coos Bay. So I'll speak on behalf of the Coos Bay School District. So what you're viewing right now is an aerial photograph of the site. You can see the, do you have a pointer?
There should be one in there.
Sorry about that. A lot easier.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. So, Madison Street, right through here. This is the current existing building with the main entrance located here. Staff parking with the modular units. There are some existing crosswalks, and they're kind of hard to see, but they're right here near Flanagan. And there's no ADA accessibility to actually like get down onto the crosswalk. And so we're looking at doing a significant amount of site improvements through here with a building addition. You want to move to the next one? So what you're viewing here is just the site survey, a bunch of topographical data, and showing existing conditions. And then the next one. And do you mind zooming in just onto the plan, please?
Something that keeps telling me my battery's low. Is it my headset? Oh shit. Can I do anything about it?
So we'll just want to look in this area right here. So the improvements that we're proposing is to maintain the existing.
How do I get the? Okay.
Hey, Bill, you might want to mute your mic.
No, my mic's not muted.
There we go.
So this is maintaining the existing entry into the existing staff parking lot. We are proposing providing a new ADA crossing to get pedestrians across Madison onto a pedestrian walkway. This is the existing walkway, so that they have a safe route to school. That's our main focus, is safe route to school for those parents walking their students. This elementary school will be preschool through 2nd grade in age. So we have a pedestrian access that gets you into the main corridor here. We have parent drop-off located here, so parents will pull in. They will pull into this drop-off zone, drop off their student, and then exit either by turning left or by turning right on to Madison Avenue. We've reconfigured this whole drive so that we now have a secure bus drop-off zone, so it will stack up to 8 large buses, as well as 2 small of the smaller, shorter buses as well. So this provides a really nice, safe pedestrian route for students to get off the buses and walk right into the main entry, which is in a secure vestibule. ADA parking, 2 spaces are located near the front of the building. Additional 2 spaces here, which this will be the staff entry point, and then an ADA space in the back for gym access. Let's see, we're proposing renovations to all of their existing landscaping out in the front. Storm drainage will, we have a couple catch basins out here, and then that will overflow into a bioswale, which is going to be really low maintenance, just a grass-lined swale, so it's easy for the school district to maintain, and then it will overflow down to the south of the site into an existing drainage ditch. Very minimal interior site improvements are proposed, a covered play structure, and as we mentioned before, to the west side, there's a new elevator kind of infill area. Yeah, right over in here. So we're infilling this area. So this will become a very secure playground. So fencing will run along this sidewalk here to provide, there's existing classrooms that have exit doors into this space, so this will be a secured space for students. They can come outside their classroom, come right into the gymnasium, down into the cafeteria without ever having to get outside into the parking lot area. We have any questions or at this point? No? Okay. Joe, did you want to talk about the conditions? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So Joe Slack is going to talk a little bit about the conditions.
Hi folks, good to see you. Joe Slack with HG here in town. Yeah, so we got a whole pile of information in front of you. You don't need to go through it all. It's a great project. It's doing a major number on Madison Elementary if you've been in that building. So it's a pretty major renovation, and then plus we're adding on to it. So the impact is pretty big. And we're rebuilding, like Stephanie said, all along the front, separating pedestrians from passenger vehicle cars to buses. So the huge focus that we have going on. We spent months kind of working this all out. And so then we've submitted to the city, and the city's done their staff report. I don't think Debbie pointed out some of the conditions, but we really, we're working through all of them. One of them is we had 10 bike rack spots, and we need 20, not a problem. We had to hire a traffic engineer, and they've done their thing with the traffic counts and recommendations. The city had their traffic engineer review it. The city wants the
Orange.
on. The city would like to see, this is a main crossing on Madison that comes right to the front door. The city would like this moved down to this spot in between our exit.
South side of that driveway.
Excuse me?
The south side of that driveway.
Yeah, right here. So the city would like us to move this crosswalk to the other side of this exit out of where the passenger cars are coming out to get all the left turns, which are probably 80% of the people coming out of there, to get that crossing on the other side of that. And it's kind of throwing us for a little bit of a loop, but we're going to have to redesign this pretty thoroughly in here to make that happen. We get it. We'll probably end up with a sidewalk on this side, but we still need to maintain this one because this sidewalk is serving kids walking down the street from the north, as well as serving our head-in parking, including a handicap parking right here. So we'll end up with this one and this one. So we've been kind of flushing through that, but we should be able to make it through it without too much trouble. There was another note about crossing guards. Whenever I've been out there, they've always had I didn't know what the crossing guard term meant, but it means somebody standing there with a vest on that helps kids get across. So they've been doing that. There was a note about the sewer line that maybe we should consider replacing it, and during our pre-application meeting, that was brought up, and so the district had it TV'd, I think with the city's help, and so we are indeed replacing it all the way out into the street. So we'll end up with a new lateral that comes all the way in. And there's a note in here about phasing and working with the fact that the school's in operation, but the school is, right now they're planning on moving kids out of it into Blossom Gulch so that the contractor can have free reign, and it should go a little bit quicker and more economical for the city. So other than that, I think, I don't know if you have any questions or whatever, but we're tickled to be part of the project, and we're anxious to get it going. Timing, we're wrapping up construction documents this month, handing over to the contractor first part of February, and go through permitting and whatnot, and mid-spring to late spring, we should see a contractor on site, so, and then start as soon as school's out. Any questions?
I just had a quick one, Joe, and this probably wouldn't matter because I see the drawings say they're not stamped for work. But on the irrigation plan, it seems like it's really finite as far as the bells and whistles. I mean, all the heads and all that's there, but the kind of the meat and potatoes is left out. I would have been curious to see, if you've got a 12-zone clock, where those zones would end up, and maybe how many gallons per minute would be per zone. Now, maybe that happens later,
Yeah.
but it would have given me a better idea of your irrigation. It's got all the end, but it really doesn't have the middle. And like there's fields there, you know, the big thing with irrigation too is where are you gonna tie into the backflow? Are you gonna use something off one of the fields, which would make more sense? Or are you gonna take, do you have to set an RP just for that? So I would have liked to see a little more of the irrigation plan on that, and it could have been pretty vague, but at least it would have been, give you an idea where you're gonna put 12 stations.
Yeah, sure, I appreciate those comments. We submitted this application in November, you know, so there's been a lot of mileage between November and now, so a lot of that's been worked out. We have to submit this stuff in a timely manner so that we can start construction. So when we turn in the final permit drawings to Debbie and Public Works and Building Department, all that information will be there.
Oh.
So you
Well-
could review it then, but
Okay, I guess one of the reasons that I asked that is because with the school over there on the east side, it came before site plan review, and we kind of got to look at at what was to be, but then nothing ever happened. At least I've never been aware of anything happening after that. I didn't get to review any of that, and maybe that's okay, but it was just, there was an opportunity here to say something, so I
yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but from a planning standpoint, we try to get through planning, and then we try to finalize our construction drawings. So it's always a little bit of a cart before the horse. The Public Works comments are riddled with stuff like, you know, we need to see the sewer connection details. Well, we're not there yet. So we're about there. We're about ready to turn it in. So that's kind of how that rolls. I don't really know. I mean, we could deliver a separate package to you on irrigation and planting outside of this.
You can hear me, I am not hearing you.
We are,
Bill,
we
There you
do
go.
have we have the existing domestic water service coming into the building right here, and then we have a new fire alarm. We're sprinkling the building, so we've got a new 4 6-inch fire line with a new tap coming in to the vault right here. We're planning on putting the RP device for the irrigation in that same zone. That's kind of where that's headed. I don't know, Stephanie, if you want to answer any more.
If you hit the nail on the
Okay.
head, we were not to that point when we submitted for land use planning. Yeah, that's a building permit.
Anybody else have any questions for
Thanks, folks.
the client? Okay, I guess we can shut her down and deliberate. Great, more schools, that's a good thing.
This is the last of 3 schools that,
Yeah, they've got
East
some
side.
renovation work, you know, minor renovations, but, yeah, this is the
Big one.
Big one.
yeah. It's great.
Absolutely.
Well, should we entertain a motion?
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve the site plan review number 18720000067 for 400 Madison Street
Together
with the conditions.
with the conditions. Second the motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of feedback.
I had to mute him, so he may need to vote via chat.
Okay. Hey, Bill, you might want to comment on if you have any questions, put them in a comment and send them to us. Because you're signed on twice and we're getting a lot of feedback. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we've got a motion and a second. Roll call?
Commissioner Rea?
Hi?
I'm still feeling
Aye.
Commissioner Pittenger?
Aye.
Commissioner Stevens?
Aye.
Chairman Miller?
An enthusiastic aye.
Alrighty, so there is a 15-day appeal period from the date the decision is put in writing, which will be this week. Okay, thank you.
Now what are we gonna do?
Well, next on the agenda is administrative. Anything new, Debbie or Carolyn?
I have a
Yes,
couple things
Carolyn
to
has
share.
some stuff.
In the coming months, we'll be coming to the Planning Commission with some work on our comprehensive plan and our zoning code related to housing. So that'll be something for you guys to look forward to. I think that's about it. Debbie, do you have anything?
Nope. Oh, actually, I lied. I do. I was on a conference call today, and the PCW that we've been involved with in the past, Chris Hood was on it. They have a survey that they would like one of the commissioners to fill out. Staff is also filling out one, and it's about the estuary and how it affects our community and how much you think it affects certain areas. So there's a number of questions that they want, like a little paragraph written on your take of it. And I was wondering if one of you would like to volunteer as the Planning Commission representative.
So I filled that out.
You did fill one out?
Yeah. It's about the estuary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've already done it, but
Okay.
I did it as a representative of myself.
Of yourself.
Not-
I'll just let them know that you've already completed it, and they can add that unless somebody else also wants to complete it. Rex, is that something you're interested in answering questions on? That way they have a commercial, because commercial realtors and appraisers was one of the categories. So if somebody wants to participate in the survey under a different heading, which would be planning commissioner, that's fine. Otherwise, I could refer them to yours.
I could do one, sure.
Okay. I will, this week, I will send you the information.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, commissioner comments. Amy, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. No, I don't have any comment.
Okay, Mr. Stevens. Jim?
Well, yeah. This might take a minute. No, I just think that, you know, now that we're in a position in the country to start doing something, that I'd like to know, I mean, I think I'd like to just make the comment that I think, you know, that this whole COVID thing and vaccinations as a body of the government, that we should support that, and I think that we should find out how, does the county need any help? Is there, you know, how are we doing with getting these things done? Because it seems like that's a big problem nationwide, you know, that this stuff stacks up and it goes bad and people don't get it. And it's always like, well, you know, we didn't know we were trying this, trying that. I guess I'd just like to say that as a commission of a global government, that I would like the Planning Commission to offer to be good examples in getting these vaccinations, and to, if there's any way we can provide, or the city, whatever the city can do. I know we have a health department and all these kinds of things, but this is bigger than all of us, and I think that anything we could do to assist and promote that would be a good thing.
I'm aware that the Coos County Health Department is in charge of that releasing vaccination, and they've got a very clear plan in place. In fact, I saw a bulletin that was specifically directed to in identifying places such as Bay Area Hospital, the Southern Coos Hospital, Cook Hill Hospital, a couple other places, and they've got a group of people that they've identified, focused primarily on the medical group first, the elderly care facilities. It's like 4 tiers.
I saw that recently.
So it's moving forward. They were talking about the doses for each one of these locations.
Well, I know that that's been the plan, but I've seen recently that it seems like that the local, and I'm not suggesting ours isn't, on top of it, but I'm just saying that it seems like it sort of gets sort of wound up in it. They end up with a lot of this serum that's not going into people, going bad. And the thing is, I'm neither criticizing nor advising. I'm just saying, I just want to be on the record kind of that as an organization, we want this to happen. And we, now they're saying, the latest thing I believe is, they're going to kind of start giving it to everybody. Because everybody else isn't lining up in a neat enough line to get it done. And so, I think as a community and as a county and as a city, we just need to be proactive to help this happen. And as a result, I brought some syringe. But I think that we need to talk about it. I think people need to know about it and need to be asking about it, because all over the country, people are getting this vaccination. Long lines of cars and all kinds of messed up things going on in Florida, like you'd expect. But I haven't seen any of that in Coos County.
Yeah, just today,
Okay?
these appointments were being made.
Okay.
Just today.
Yeah.
So any medical people call these locations and set those appointments up. So it's happening now.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Jim, I didn't mean to leave you out. We do on that survey have a category for commercial realtors in specifically as, aside from appraisers. And I was wondering if you would like to
We are
participate
different animals.
in that survey. I can send it to you and you can let me know.
I can do that. Please do that. Yes, I'd welcome that.
All right.
All right, Commissioner Davis, any comments?
No, I'm fine.
Oh.
I finally got back on.
Okay, and
You
Ms.
might tell him that he only gets one vote, even though he signs up twice.
Pittenger, any comments from you?
Did I just dodge a bullet?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Nothing from Ms. Pittenger. Okay, and we've kind of done staff comments? Yes, Jeff.
Since I haven't been here in person, I would like to welcome Josh to the Planning Commission. And I said, I've seen that guy before. Sorry. I would have shaken your hands, but that's not okay. And Terry is, obviously she's not here, but welcome to Planning Commission.
Thank you.
You're gonna like it.
What else do you do the Tuesday night once a month? Okay, if that's it, we're going to
Thank you.
adjourn. All right.
Rex, before you leave, we have some minutes, like
I will sign
10
these.
sets for you to sign.
Maybe I give this to you. Debbie is so good, she gives you one every time.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think I
Every
have
time.
one of these.
She is on top of it.
What's up? You can. Sorry, I didn't raise my hand. We've got a housing committee going right now, but it's okay. Is it just the survey? Okay, awesome.
You do? It's weird, sorry.
Of course, you got my big booth.
Yeah, no problem. I just didn't want to
That's
volunteer.
great, we got, where are these things?
Oh, I had one somewhere.
I know, I
I'll just
didn't.
hold my breath.
That's how it works, I think.
Well, I'm not worried about
Oh,
it.
sure.
I'll take one.
Thank you.
Outline your meeting.
You're kidding.
Yes, please.
You didn't say that.
Well, I didn't see it here. No, they
Good.
had 100 doses for elders, and since I'm such a valued member of their community, fucking idiot.
Way up in the totem pole.
Yeah, and, so it's called Julie and Julie.
Good, well, just kind of as busy as we want to be right now, because of what's going
And I
on.
just want
But it's been really fun to see our properties. Awesome. I just want to be able to